Hello, everybody, and welcome to day two, draft two of the Arena Open. In this draft, I have to try my best to get to 4 wins to earn a maximum prize of $2,000. So it's a very high stakes draft, and let's dive on in. If you want to find my previous day two, draft one, that's already posted on my channel. And if you want to find my day one run, that's already posted on my channel, both of which were successful to get me to this point. But now we're going to be channeling our, yeah. So I've got a lot on the line here. Let's hope for a good rare. Opens land. Though I will say, I am very happy with clay-fired bricks. I think this card is excellent. It is one of the uncommons that I do enjoy playing with. It's not necessarily like a fast card, but it's very good at like progressing you through the game. And then when you do flip this, it does a lot of work. So I do think clay-fired bricks is a nice way to start the draft. Dusk Rose Reliquary, not my favorite. It's sometimes playable if you have like random tokens running around, but not the best. I think Tinker's Tote is a pretty solid common in this pack, but I don't love it that much. But this pack is overall pretty bad outside of the clay-fired bricks, and so we're going to be hoping to pick up some more powerful pieces, really just identify which lane is open, and go from there. I think if I wasn't taking this, I would take Tinker's Tote, and then after that, maybe I would take, I don't even know, Skullcap Snail. This card is sometimes okay, but this pack is really quite poor. The rare is just this unplayable land. So yeah, it's like a mana fixer land, so you can play it. It's not straight up unplayable. Okay. So, pick one, we got a clay-fired bricks, and they took a uncommon out of their pack, so we've both taken uncommons. We immediately have a decision point because we can go a variety of directions. Souls of the Lost can be a massive creature. Like, I think this card is like a 2-mana 5/6 a lot of the times I play it. It's also not really an early game 2-drop. You kind of view this as like a 5-drop that you play alongside a 3-drop. Like, you go 3-drop, play Souls of the Lost, sacrifice your 5th land, and then you kind of go from there. There is also Scampering Surveyor, which increases my flexibility because it plays really well with clay-fired bricks by helping me get up to that 7 mana to flip it. There's also Poison Dart Frog, but I think that is a little bit, not weaker than Scampering Surveyor, but I think I would rather take the Scampering Surveyor here over the Dart Frog because I don't have to commit to a second color then. And then there's Brackish Blunder, which is another good card. So I think it's mostly between Souls of the Lost and Scampering Surveyor. I've been pretty impressed by the Souls of the Lost. I don't have to play it, but if I do go that direction, I'll be happy to have it. And then there's a Bartolome del Presidio. This card can be very, very good. Certainly can be one of the best cards in your deck in the situations where it works. It also incentivizes having some sacrifice stuff that you don't mind sacrificing, which is good with Souls of the Lost. Like things like a Tithing Blade, which you play, get some value in the sacrifice. Clay-fired bricks can also play well in these sorts of grindy sack decks. I think Bartolome is a good pickup here. There is an uncommon and a common missing. I don't think Brass's Tunnel Grinder is really playable. Every time it gets played, it's just like a glorified hand smoother. It's too slow. Cool design, though. Brackish Blunder is really, really strong. I don't think there's an argument to take it here because I just think that there's a lot of black and white cards in this pack. But Bartolome del Presidio is really good. Brackish Blunder is honestly like not that far out of consideration. It's just a really nice card. Bouncing something and getting a map is no joke. Okie doke. Now pick 4 rolls around. And you've noticed I haven't talked about Canonized in Blood. I just don't think it's a particularly powerful spell. I don't have to be black-white. I could still go almost like a lot of different directions. There's Uchbenbach, the Great Mistake. I haven't found huge success with blue-black. The color combination just doesn't really appeal to me. Envoy of Okaneka is really good with some of the stuff we have, like clay-fired bricks in the late game, Bartolome in the late game, just churning out some tokens. Skullcap Snail is also the sort of card that can get a lot of value when you have these like random little sacrifice stuff effects. So those are the 2 cards I'm mostly looking at here. I do like Ancestor's Aid, but I think it's between mostly the Envoy and the Skullcap Snail. We already have 3 2-drops, but I generally don't prioritize the Envoy. I don't find that I activate it that much. And then Uchbenbach is just like kind of hard to use. I'm going to take the Snail. Okay, Malamet Warscribe. Nice. Getting one pick 5 isn't a huge signal. This is a round where you'll often see this card, but if you notice the packs, we haven't been seeing a lot of blue cards that are actually good, other than the 2 brackish blunders, but pick 2 and 3 is a bit early to take those. We have been seeing a decent amount of like black cards just in terms of quantity. We're seeing a little bit of green. Armored Kincaller is good. Promising Vein is fine if you care about filling your graveyard sometimes. But I think Malamet Warscribe is like the highest upside card in this pack. Plays well with Clay-Fired Bricks for making the tokens. Honestly, just turning random Skullcap Snails and stuff into value is good as well. Incentivizes getting some token things like prioritizing Tinker's Totes. So I'm going to take the Scribe. Now we have a decision point here. This is the first big decision, I think. Or maybe not. I mean, it's all of the cards here are marginal. Let's just start by saying that. None of these are going to be all-stars in any deck I build. I don't think Growing Rights is playable. I don't think Seeker of Sunlight's playable, though sometimes people do play it. There are 3 black cards in this pack, all of which are various degrees of playable. Fungal Fortitude is sometimes okay. Mephitic Draft is one that I really try to avoid. It feels bad every time I play against it. I'd rather play Skullcap Snail in that slot every time, pretty much, because a 1/1 creature is much more valuable. And then there's Screaming Phantom, which is better in Descend decks. I think I'll still take it here, though. I don't have any 3-drops yet. It can do some good work, filling my graveyard for things like Souls of the Lost, and I think I've played this happily more often than these other 2 cards, both of which are candidates to potentially wheel or get even later. Okay, there is an Uchbenbach. Another copy of that. I don't think it's an insane card, but I also don't think it would be insane to take it here. 5 mana, 6/4, Vigilance Menace. You never really get it back is the thing. River Herald Scout is also reasonable. There is Ray of Ruin, which is a card that I don't love in draft, but if you need removal, playing 1 copy is not the end of the world. And then Screaming Phantom number 2. I'm not really thrilled about the first one that I'm playing here. A few blue cards. I might speculate on a blue card. Then again, I think having access to 1 Ray of Ruin is nice, so I'll just lock that up. Like, you're seeing the blue cards that I'm seeing are just subpar. Like, nobody's passing me anything crazy good. I'll take a Vito's Inquisitor. This card is sometimes playable as a 1-of. And black is the color that I'm most confident I'm playing right now. 1 Hidden Courtyard or 1 of these lands can be okay. My better cards are certainly the white ones. Don't like the Pilgrim that much. Could take a Hunter's Blowgun. I actually kind of like having Hunter's Blowgun in the sideboard, so I'm going to take that. I've not found that the Courtyards are particularly good. And now Deep Goblin Skulltaker over Bloodthorn Flail. Another Vito's Inquisitor. Black is open for business. I'm just going to keep taking the black cards so nobody else gets the idea to get into that color. Unfortunately, the black cards are low power level as a whole. But if the color is that open, maybe I can get some of the good ones later, like Deadweights or things like that. Especially in pack 2. Like, I can't imagine the person I'm passing to is playing black. I guess I'll take a potentially playable card over a land. Sometimes I'll pass the last pick card, but if I open like a really good green rare, I can definitely abandon my white cards. Another awful rare. We've seen this story before. Okay, so what am I working with here? This card's not playable. This is one of the worst packs I've ever opened in back-to-back packs, so hopefully I open something good pack 3. Because these uncommons are both unplayable. This rare is unplayable, and this card's only good in green-white, and even then it's like, okay. So I could take Oltec Archaeologists, get back Artifacts, or Scry 3. The Scrying 3 is honestly pretty fine. I don't really want to speculate into a second color, but I could speculate into like red with a Plundering Pirate. That's like a decent card. It's maybe the best single-colored card I could take in this pack. And I got a last pick Tectonic Hazard, so maybe red's open in pack 3. I think it's better than the Archaeologists and worth pursuing at least a little bit. Okay, now we're working with something. The Mischievous Pup is quite good. Blue should be open this pack because we didn't see any good blue pack 1 really, other than the 2 Brackish Blunders, which you can't really build a deck with just Brackish Blunders. But Mischievous Pup is good with Clay-Fired Bricks. It's good with Skullcap Snail. It's good just like with like general stuff. Good Blinking Malamet sometimes. I also love Spring-Loaded Sawblades, but I think Pup is worth taking here. That's kind of a close pick. Whenever you gain life, it explores. Life gain. I know that this gains life. This isn't a particularly good rare. Just a 2-mana 2/2 with ward, pay 3 life. And then very, very rarely I'll get to gain some life. I think it's just worse than Kinjali's Dawn Runner. I wouldn't mind a Tithing Blade, honestly, but I'm not going to take it this early over a Dawn Runner. Guidewing is good. I'll take Guidewing. Expecting to see a lot of blue. We see 5 blue cards. This is like the only one that I'm really happy playing, though, generally. I might play a Mythic Draft in this deck. It is a bit of card advantage, and my deck kind of needs card advantage. Something to pick up with Pup. I don't really want to play the Skull Taker. Skull Taker's pretty bad, in my opinion. Okay, now we get a removal spell. Zoyoba is good. Don't get me wrong. But at this point, now that we've picked up the Dawn Runner and the Pup and the Guidewing, I think we don't need it. Oh, this is such a... Oh my gosh, this card's great. Oh, this is a blessing. And we already have Bartolome as a great vampire. We have at least one Vito's Inquisitor that we'll now play because of this. And we've got time to find my favorite combo with this, which is the Dusk Rose Reliquary guy. Not the 1-mana artifact, whatever the 2-drop is that can gain lifelink in the late game. This is a nice way to boost the power level of our deck. Black-white is the best home for it. I'm very happy to see this. We already have a Vito too, which is great. Okay. Soaring Sandwing, I definitely don't mind playing one copy of this. This is one of the ones that is fine. 1, 2, 3. I'm not playing Canonized in Blood. So I'm a little bit light on early game. I don't love Phantom. I'm probably only going to try to play one of those. So these are like the cards that I'm fairly likely to play. I could take a Sunscribe. Sunscribe is nice because it gives you something to craft with in the late game. It's also an artifact. Yeah, I'll just take the Sunscribe. It's not the best card in the world, but it's a reasonable 2-drop creature. 1 Tithing Blade is also fine, I think. And then you can always side it in or side it out. Having access to 1 is good, though. Against certain matchups, it's really, really good. Like the low creature count decks. I don't mind Gnawer, but I already have 2 good 5-drops that are just better. Fanatical Offering loses a lot of its luster when I already have as many Vito's Inquisitors as I can manage. And then 1 Mythic Draft could actually make the cut here, or especially out of the sideboard for slower matchups. Another one of these guys comes around. I don't think I'm ever going to play another one of those, though. I'll just take Ancestor's Aid. I mean, I'm already playing black. I have 1 red card. Maybe I could switch into black-red if I opened up some absurd... Like, if I opened up Bonehorde Dracosaur, I probably would switch into red. So I think it's worth taking, like, 1 or 2 more red cards. Even though I'm fairly content with this deck. Like, it's nothing too special, but, like, considering my seat at the table, I think it's fine. Another Screaming Phantom is fine. I actually have some rewards for filling my graveyard with 1 Souls of the Lost and Queensbay Paladin. That's, like, 2 reasons to fill the graveyard. Also makes it easier to craft, get an artifact in the graveyard. Sure. Draft. Playing multiple draft is definitely something that I will do post-board in certain matchups. Okay, another red card that's potentially playable. I mean, no reason not to take the game ball, I guess. Pack 3. Okay. Malcolm is a great rare, but it's not my color, so we'll hope to get past a good rare. I will take Market Gnome, though. It'll be good sack fodder. I have 1, 2, 3 sacrifice things, and it just buys me time in the early game, potentially. I don't need a Gnawer. It might even wheel. I don't need a Screaming Phantom. I wish I could take, like, a card of the power level of Itzquinth, but Market Gnome will have to do. Overall, I've been working with a low-powered draft here. Not great. This card is sometimes okay. I'm tempted by just taking Hidden Necropolis. This is a vampire, though, so I think I'm going to take that. Go with the Queensbay. I think I'll try to play this. Maybe just as a 3-mana 3/2 vampire that occasionally gets value. Like just a really, I will say this was like a tougher seat, I think, than I would have hoped for. Like if I had this stuff pack 1, I could have started like Malcolm into something, into like Captain Storm. Gotten a whole different outlook on this. Maybe I'll take the freebooter and then just play all my vetoes and all my sacrifice stuff. It's not optimal, but sometimes you can do what you got to do. We're getting scrappy. See, this is a good card. I have a decent number of cheap creatures. This card's also pretty good. Which would I rather have? 4/4 flyer or this kind of stabilization tool? I'll go with the big flyer. I'll take the escape as a sideboard card or the adaptive gem guard. I don't think I need gem guard. I don't really need Oteklan landmark either, though. Don't need Sandwing, really. I'm going to take this guy and just try to build a deck that can maximize that effect. Just kind of a not great situation I found myself in this draft, but we have some power. We have Souls of the Lost, we have Queen's Bay, we have War Scribe and like a billion creatures. Cut the blowgun. I'm going to keep this guy as sack fodder so I can maximize my chance of going 1-drop, 2-drop, Glorifier. So I have 3 1-drops. Oh, this is perfect. I love this guy. This is the Echo of Dusk is the exact card I want to go with Queensway Paladin. I'm so glad I got one of those. Ooh, and now a Primordial Gnawer. I don't want a family reunion, but a Primordial Gnawer is just what the doctor ordered. One Fanatical Offering. Probably can't play it, but we'll see. My deck lacks removal. Okay, I might actually have to sideboard in the second Ray of Ruin in some matchups. I actually don't mind a Sandwing here. Fungal Fortitude's also not bad. Okay. Overall, this deck is below what I would want. But I know that it is least capable of winning games. Like, I can see a path forward here. So we're going to start by cutting all of the cards that are quote-unquote not, like, already great. And then just see what the needs of my deck are after the fact. So this is kind of like, I have 10 slots to add to this deck. It's like, okay, these are the good cards. How many creatures are here? 11 creatures, 2 non-creatures. The 2 non-creatures, 1 removal spell, and 1 clay-fired bricks, which is kind of like a creature. I'm going to count the Guardian of the Great Door as a 5-drop for now. But these are all rock-solid cards. Like, they can get the job done. what do I put around them to maximize them? And I think what I want to do is try to go for this Glorifier of Suffering, have 2 creatures in play by turn 3, either via 1-drop or 2 drops, and then play Glorifier of Suffering either turn 3 or turn 4, sacrifice a throwaway artifact, and have a big early game boost. So, what helps me with that? I mean, this is a card I can sacrifice. This is a card I can sacrifice. I have a lot of sacrifice stuff, so this thing, getting treasures, scrying, feels like it could get enough work done. For starters, I'm going to have to add 1 Ray of Ruin, at least, to the main deck, just to give myself a second interactive spell. And I'm going to add this Tithing Blade as just another interactive spell for the early turns. I didn't get any Death Touchers, which is a little bit rough, but I'm going to hope that this will give me a little bit of early game interaction. I'm then going to add both Glorifiers of Suffering, even though it's typically not a great card. It's also a vampire to go with Queensbay Paladin. Then I'm going to add this Primordial Gnawer as just a big 5-drop guy, 5-ball, as they say. Add another 2-drop to give myself another creature, also something that's good to balance with Pup. And now I find myself in a spot where I've got 15 creatures and 4 non-creatures. If turn 5 is often going to be spent casting Ray of Ruin, is that a spot I'm happy with? Not really. I'm going to play 1 Veto's Inquisitor, give myself another sacrifice outlet. And then with all these sacrifice outlets, I think I can justify 1 Mythic Draft even in the main deck. Is Fungal Fortitude good? It's good with Primordial Gnawer. It's good with Snail. Good with Guidewing a little bit. I'm just going to try to make my deck more consistent. I'm going to add a Soaring, Sandwing, and cut a Plains, I think. Actually, no, I'm going to keep the Plains. But then I have 1 slot left to fill. I don't think I need the Fanatical Offering with all the sack outlets. How many vampires do I have? 6 vampires. That's definitely enough for the Queensbay Paladin, even with just 1 Veto's. I could play a Screaming Phantom. Does it have any synergies? It just fills my graveyard a little bit, but that's not that good except for Souls, which is already going to be pretty good, I think. And then I can play second Mephitic Draft as a consideration. First Greedy Freebooter. I think I'm going to play the draft. I'm going to start more mid-rangey, and I can sideboard into that other option. I think this is going to be the build. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. I think it has some stuff going for it. And I can always make changes after game 1 via sideboarding. 12-12, which means I think I want to bias towards black because my early game card draw is black. And I have double black cards as well as clay-fired bricks to help me find double white. And this to help me find plains. Well, let's see how we do. I'll see you folks in the games. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patreon is basically a way to tip the channel if you've been enjoying it, if you've been finding more success in your drafts thanks to my strategy content, but also you gain access to some cool rewards in the process, like my card-by-card tier list and other cool perks. So it's like if you tipped a waiter at a restaurant and then they brought you a free piece of pie. So it's kind of like a cool win-win situation if you are enjoying my videos and want to support my channel anyway. I want to give a special shout out to those who support the channel at the credits level. It really does mean a lot and it really does help out the channel. Without further ado, though, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. We've won the die roll. We will play first. And we have a great hand. This is what our deck does. I might cycle the Soaring Sandwing here. Actually, on second thought, I will not. But Pup plus Tithing Blade is definitely an engine. I don't want a 1-drop at this point in the game. Hopefully they play a creature here. That's unfortunate. It is unfortunate that they have yet to play a creature, but I have my stuff lined up. That is just about the worst creature they could have possibly played against me. Oh my gosh. Actually, no. I'll be able to kill it with Tithing Blade still. Jeez, that's brutal. So they got a 2-for-1 there. Because this drew them 2 cards. Sure. Yeah, this is just too efficient to play it any other way. So this is definitely a matchup where it looks like they're on the slower side. They haven't played any early game so far. Unfortunately, I couldn't punish. I can absorb 3 damage by crafting with the like Miner's Guidewing and then just blocking with this guy, so I'm gonna do that. And we are hitting them for 4 turns, so they are on a bit of a clock. Okay, their snail taking out my snail is not the end of the world. Just a tad unfortunate. And this is a powerful effect to have in the game. It'll buy me a lot of time, especially if they can't kill my Sandwing, which they probably would have done if they had the ability to do so. We'll absorb, draw. If only they'd done that first so we could at least get our snail out. That's a big draw. Unfortunately, I did not draw my vampires this game. Oh, that's a good sign. That is a very good sign. Okay, where's that going? Probably onto the Echo. Oh, it's going onto Monstrosaur. Oh, that makes sense. So they can attack me with it. Okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm shocked they put it there. Oh my gosh. Come on. Come on, man. Now that's kind of unfortunate. Obviously. Gosh, I can't believe it. I was probably 1 attack step away from winning this game. I don't think they can kill me in time to outrace this Sepulcher if they don't kill my flyer there. Gosh darn it. Oh my gosh. It feels so bad to lose to like random flip discovering too. Like they discovered into this guy, which gave them the treasure they needed to cast the other one that turn. Mm-hmm. I feel like they might have like a way to buy this back. Sure. I drew both my vampires right after I drew my Queen's Bay. Great. Okay. That's just unlucky, I think. I'm just disappointed that that was how that went. But luckily we have grindy elements. This is actually a matchup we're actually well suited for. So they have a lot of 3/2s. Not really, actually. Okay, I'm going to bring in Ray of Ruin. I'm definitely bringing in my second Mephitic Draft. Oh, I'm already playing both Mephitic Draft? Oh my gosh, I just didn't draw one. Dang. Fanatical Offerings coming in. What comes out? Probably Attentive Sunscribe. That's just like a random dork. Malament War Scribe seems hard to get to function in this economy. There's a lot of interaction flying around. I'd rather have a kill spell that scries me one. And then they seem weak to flyers, so I'm going to cut one of these for a swamp. Especially in a grindier matchup, you can sometimes take longer to deploy your cards. I think I can outgrind them. This is a keeper. They mulligan. Gosh, I needed one more attack, and I think I had him. Okay. Sure. I'll ditch up planes. Gonna flash in this pup. Then play double draft. I'll try to trade 3 damage for 1. I really want them to block. Perfect. I mean, they blocked for their own reasons, but I have this 3-point life swing that's going to help me out as well. I like how I do all this grindy work with commons and uncommons, and they just play a rare, and none of it matters. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, they also have draft. I see, I see. Oh, they even have the full combo. Nice. They missed land? Oh my gosh, get wrecked. They have to discard a hand size. Well, I know my game plan now. Just gonna play my flyer and hope for the best. No chance I'm letting this thing trade when I can just maybe kill it next turn. Because if I, realistically, let's say they have a kill spell for this guy. If I just kill this thing and attack, then they'll just chump block. And then I don't have this thing in play. Then they kill this, and I don't necessarily get a threat out of it. This way I'm threatening a 4-turn clock. I also have some banked values for if I draw like Bartholomew or an Inquisitor or my Glorifier. Glorifier would be a great draw. I need to kill this before it gets to descend 8, but that's not really a huge margin. It's not that difficult. They can explore. Sure. Echo of Dusk, sure. That was a great flip. I was hoping that they would do that. Gosh darn it. Okay. We're definitely still in this. Yes! The sideboard tech! Scry first. Play land. Activate. Sacrifice this. To give menace. Unfortunately, despite all my scrying and all my best efforts, I have found myself a little bit land heavy here. Oh gosh, please, please, please don't kill me with this. Okay, that's not good enough. Oh, that's huge. Like, their deck has some good cards in it, especially against me, but... Woo! We're on to game 3. Funnily enough, I don't feel like any pressure here. It's just like playing my cards to the best of my abilities. They have Fanatical Offering. They don't have a lot of removal. I feel really good about how I sideboarded. They've got those things. They got a couple snails maybe because they drew one both games. They have these guys, which just suck. The 1/3s are 1/3 Death Touch guys kind of annoying. I don't feel bad about sideboarding out that guy. I don't feel bad about sideboarding out that guy. Honestly, I kind of want more flyers against them. But I think I'm pretty good with this configuration. The Glorifier of Suffering seems pretty decent. Like, I want as many 2-for-1s as possible. But I'd rather have a Screaming... Yeah, I already have one Screaming Phantom in. I think 16 lands, especially on the draw, is pretty good. Let's hope they mulligan and we have a good hand. Like, if I can get a Queensbay Paladin game going, or a Glorifier of Suffering start, we're keeping this. This is so sketchy, though. So sketchy. At least we drew a land. Plains me. I have have one more draw to hit the plains. If I hit the plains, I think I'm going to win. Because Clay-Fired Bricks into Souls of the Lost is a pretty decent turn 4. This is tough. Now I just need any land, so that makes it a little bit easier. Gosh darn it, they've drawn this every game, and it's like their best card against me, because I'm a slow, grindy deck. Oh my gosh. Land, please. Yes. Just gonna play this guy. It's not the best, but it's a start. I think it's better than playing Ray of Ruin. This card's really scary. Okay, that's probably the tamest thing that could have hit off that. Do I win if I sacrifice my guy? I don't think so. I need to draw plains this turn, though. That's pretty apparent. There we go. They look like they're drawing bad cards here, at least right now. I need them to not draw Dinosaur. Gosh darn it, they hit the Dinosaur. Oh, that's so bad for me. That's so bad for me. Oh, no. Gosh darn it, they had it. Oh my gosh. There's round 1. I have a second life in this, but okay. There's the plains. Oh, it just took me too long to find it. I don't have a trump card to draw here, unfortunately. Dang it. Sometimes you have to keep sketchy hands in limited. I think that hand was a keeper, and it just did not draw the plains. If I'd drawn a plains a turn sooner, I might have been able to get there. Oh, man. Dang it. See you folks next round. Welcome to round 2. Play first. Okay, this is a keeper. Would like to draw all spells pretty much this game, but that's kind of the case in all games. That's a good start. Blue-black, eh? I'll play this next turn. I'm going to try to trade this guy off, play Queensway Paladin, sack this, put 2 counters on. My plan can crumble very quickly here, but it's the best I've got with what I've been given. Wow. What an attack. It's like they knew I wanted to play this thing next turn. Can't believe they were willing to trade 2-1 for 1-1. What does that mean? Treasure map, sure. Oh, they fell right into my clutches. Unless, of course, they have a counter spell. That was a pretty good turn. I'm optimistic that this board state can just win me the game by itself. Would have been nice to sacrifice the Market Gnome, keep the cards flowing, but I've got a 5/5 flyer, which is huge. If this go to the graveyard, I exile it, so I can bounce it back to my hand if I need to. Okay. I'll let them get the treasure. Feel pretty good that I didn't attack with this guy. So they have a brackish blunder. I put it to the bottom. That's good. This is definitely a matchup where I want all of my grindy elements. Well, that was a good draw. Cards like this is why you don't trade your 4/3 for their 3/3. I hope to Betsy they don't have a board wipe. Doesn't look like a board wipe. Booch been back. Okay. If they have Fathomless Descent, I'm gonna cry. I'm not actually. It would be funny. Oh my gosh. This game. Yes! Cut the random Sunscribe. Bring in the Ray of Ruin. Cut a land. Add a Fanatical Offering. I felt pretty good about how that played out last time. Because my deck is already towing the line between 16 and 17 lands. And if the game's going longer, I want extra spells. Well, this is a mulligan, if I've ever seen one. We mulliganed last game and won still, though, so we're going to keep this. Ditch the Gnawer, I think. The Ancient One. I might be able to play this on turn 4. If I play this guy turn 3, turn 4, Clayfired Bricks. I can, if I draw a land, I can play this on turn 4. Or if I just play Clayfired Bricks. Yeah, that's a definite keep on top. That's a really good card with the bricks. Helps get me out of my mulligan. They mill something big and they can attack with that 8/8. Oh, maybe that is their plan. Okay. So this thing's going to try to attack me. If I can Ray of Ruin it, then I'm going to be in great shape. So I need to draw a land. I wonder if the Arena Open pairs based on record. And so if you're in the 0-1 bracket, you face weaker decks, and you can like maybe have like a easier time of potentially making it all the way. Okay. Puzzle door, sure. Well, that's not what I love to see. So this will make 7, and then overall a little bit unfortunate. I could just play this, but I don't think I want to. I'm just gonna play the pup. So now this thing's online. But I have a plan for like if I draw a land, I can get rid of it. I was really hoping to draw a land that turn just to get rid of this thing once and for all. I know I could have done this differently. and like blocked, bounced, but I really need to hit my land drops. Okay. Three, four, five. I will sacrifice it. It's sometimes a mistake to do that. But now I have a 4-3 that can block Uchbenbach. Two critical missed land drops in a row, and I might lose a game that I was almost certain to win if I hit a land. Gosh darn it. Mulliganing sucks. Because I put a land on the bottom. This has Menace. Gosh darn it. I guess I shouldn't have done that. I forgot Uchbenbach had Menace. Gosh darn it. I should have just blocked the 8-8 at that point. Oh my gosh. Horrific blunders. Gonna cost me here. Yeah, that could cost me. It's the same line, but I'd be at 2 more life. Okay, I'm gonna keep that there. It's sketchy to keep there, but it's a kill spell for this Nautilus, potentially. I'm actually just dead on board, aren't I? To their stupid Sunken Ruin. Oh my gosh. Sunken Reef, I mean. Oh, they didn't see it. The fact that they're not seeing obvious lethal lines... Oh, never mind, they saw it. Yeah. Gosh darn it. Oh my gosh. I don't think I could have won against the another chance anyway, but oh man. That hurts. That stings. So they have 1/1 Death Toucher. They have Tithing Blade. Their deck does not seem unbeatable. I have a very good grindy deck here. Mixed with some nice aggressive elements. Just going to run it back again and hope that I don't get the same thing happen to me. Dang it. Oh, man. Game 3 again. That's how you wouldn't want it any other way other than easily winning 2-0. So when I say I wouldn't want it any other way, I mean I would want it many other ways. Yes! Finally something goes my way. What a top deck. I mean, in the grand scheme of life, things are going my way, but just like in this draft, that's a huge draw. Do I go Pup or Dawn Runner? I'll go Dawn Runner. Yes! I could have done that on their turn. I don't know what I was thinking there. I was like, okay, I'll play Pup. Max punished, of course. Never not max punished for basic blunders. Great. Great, great, great. Oh my gosh, I'm going to lose now. That's actually insane. It's crazy how quickly I went from like, oh, I'm in great shape to just like, oh, I'm completely toast. Gosh darn it. Literally playing the puppet instance. Oh, they would have played something else on their turn and they would have got me eventually, but... My gosh. Please resolve. Okay. Ancient one is live. I just need to draw like a basic chump blocker. This provides a lot of chumping. Do I have an artifact? I have this artifact. Are they looking for Uchmanbach? Oh no, they're just filtering their draw. That's their best play. I'm feeling actually like I could win this. I can double block here. Flip this. Malamute War Scribe win. This is by far the safest play. Yes, Ray of Ruin is good. They might be in trouble. What are they going to do? If they just play a blocker, I kill them and win. Puzzle Door. That is not an inspiring start. Not by any stretch of the imagination. They mill Uchmanbach. Play land. Bring back Uchmanbach. Please bring back. Oh. Crud. I think I keep my flyer around. Okay. Or Ptolemy. I'd rather just give myself a chance to top deck a removal spell in case I need it. I can flip this for the win. I also have this. They kept it on top. Oh no, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. What do they have? What do they have? What do they have? It's got to be a kill spell, right? They have Terror Tide. Okay. Can they do anything after? No, they can't. Okay, huge. I could have taken out the last card in their hand. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they have Terror Tide in their deck. No! Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay, I wasn't going to be able to... I mean, I should have just played my spells out this turn. I should have played Snail plus Gnawer. I did the math wrong on how much mana there was left available. Oh no. I thought I had enough to play the Snail as well. Pilgrim? Sure. They're scrying, so they're not playing this Waterwind Scout. Or they're playing it after flipping that. They are playing it, okay. Let's draw first. So next turn, let's just say they play this and get back Uchenbach. They'll have 4 blockers. I'll have 4 attackers. Take out their last card in hand. If they attack me, I win, I think. Okay, they bring back Uchenbach. So they have 1-2 blockers. I have 2 guys getting through no matter what. So if I kill Echo of Dusk, play Malamet War Scribe, attack all, then they have to block in such a way that at least one of these 2 guys dies. No, because these are all 4 powered. Duh, they're not 2 powered. Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Oh my gosh, that was so close. I almost botched it, I feel like. Yeah! And I know some people are like, oh, how could you do that to me on my, oh my god, on my headphones or whatever. But oh my gosh. Holy heck. I thought, when they played that Fathomless Descent, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. Yes! We're 1 win away from the cash. See you folks in that next round. Welcome to round 3. We lost the die roll, but we have a decent opener, and our opponent did mulligan, so that's good. Okay, here we go. So I have to tap 4 things to cast this. So if I play this on turn 2, then on turn 3, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I play this, discard Swamp, let's just say. Or Sandwing. Probably Sandwing, yeah. So I discard Sandwing. Then on turn 3, I'll play land, and then I'll have only 5 things in play. I could also play this Sacrifice Miner's Guidewing. That seems bad. Green, white, A. Souls of the Lost. Has weaknesses for a reason. I'm just going to cycle Sandwing, I think, to make sure I hit my 5th land drop, and I can always discard a land to this guy. I'm going to get this guy down so I can play Guardian next turn. Here's hoping they're not just sandbagging a sweeper on me. Because if they are, I'm in deep, deep trouble. Okay, I don't think I want to extend anymore. Green-white, I don't have to worry about holding lands. Fine, I'll bite. Oh, that was so terrible. I forgot I just played an artifact. I just don't get to scry, okay. That's fine. Oh, I have some really good draws here. That's one of them. I don't know what they have in their hand, but I am not complaining at the moment. Buff my flyer, buff my lifelinker. They go to 1. Please don't have a board wipe. 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 Yes! Oh my gosh. What the heck was in their hand? What did they have? Okay, so they have Cause Blast. That was ridiculous. They didn't cast a single spell. Oh my gosh. Well, we were given a blessing that game. Again, with the sideboarding that we've been doing. I think we want to bring in this for the Sunscribe, especially because Sunscribe's bad against the 1/4. And then what else have we been taking out? We've been taking out land. Especially I'm going to be on the draw. I'll definitely take out a land for a Fanatical. Gosh. I've been making the same sideboarding every time, but I still think my main deck is correct. Because I think I'm just like afraid of playing a fast matchup. I also have sideboard tech that I would do in a fast matchup, but... Okay, we're keeping this. Just having this guy go to my graveyard so that if I draw the thing in the late game is also pretty good. Oh, that's such a good draw. Oh my gosh, that just turns this draw fantastic. This is the entire reason I included Glorifier. I literally have... I put Glorifier in my top 3 commons for when I was making my draft guide for this set, because I was like, okay, this card has the potential to have some like absurdly absurd, like just like game-breaking starts. And some of the other white comments didn't really scream that to me. It was more of like the upside on this is really high. And this is the exact sort of start that like I was picturing. And I literally haven't done this once the entire format. But now would be a great time. Oh, they were looking for red mana. Oh my gosh, they were color screwed. That's so much funnier. Oh, belligerent earling? No, don't mind if I do. I will play this, play this. I will sacrifice the snail. Do that. The snail already got a 2-for-1, which is great. Yeah, no blocks. I'll hit you back for 6. You hit me for 3 all day. Yep. And then next turn I play the scribe and hope it's good enough. Which it probably will be, because I'll be hitting them for at least 4 in the air and then 6 on the ground. And they can't even use their yearling to block my Glorifier. Okay. That's a little bit annoying, but I have plenty of sack outlets. Would have been better if they hadn't done that, but you know. Please don't have Cosmium Blast. Quicksand Whirlpool. Similar. Not great. Come on, Fanatical Offering. I put you in my deck for a reason. Now I have a 3-4. This is a game that I feel so wildly far ahead that if I lost, I would just be, like, flabbergasted. Like, I was so far ahead this game, and I've just drawn all lands for about 10 straight turns. Oh my gosh, I'm actually going to lose. I can't believe it. I'm going to lose. I'm on chump block duty because I've drawn all lands. What is happening? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. I was so far ahead. That was like unlosably far ahead. I had oh my gosh. I drew one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I lost that. I was miles ahead. Oh my gosh. Even explored into a land. Oh my goodness. Well, they have the Wander Glyphs. They have a bunch of 3/2s. I still don't think I want this, though, because it's so good against me. Maybe I do. I'm going to cut the Market Gnome. Gosh, that's frustrating. I can't believe I lost that. Man. That was like for $500. My gosh. That's a high stakes game to lose due to flooding out to such an extreme degree. Can't believe it. That's awful. Come on. Well, shucks. Oh, man. Just praying to draw a land here. Well, we're not out of it with that draw, but... Still in it. Oh, just can't get a little bit fortunate in that situation to just draw anything useful. There we go. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh, I'm actually going to be in this game with a shot now. Make him sack. Play this. Attack. And then Glorifier can do some buffing. Wow, that Plains was timely. Yep. Sack draft. We'll see what we draw first. I have to target anyway. Definitely these two. Nice. And Pup plus Butt Blade is a really good combo, especially in this matchup where they haven't shown me any small creatures. I hope they miss a land drop. If they do nothing this turn, I almost win. Then again, I thought that last game where I was miles ahead and they did everything in their power to stop me. They can cause me in ways. They have a pup of their own, okay. Sure. Easiest Ray of Ruin of my life. Okay, Malicious Eclipse not looking great here. I really just want to flip this turn. Can I keep the pressure on? Better if I do this. Yeah, I think so. Yep, keep that on top. Lethal Attacker is in play. With a removal spell to back it up. Don't want that land. No, it doesn't die to Malicious Eclipse. Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh! We cashed! Yes! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I was so down! Oh my gosh! We went from... Oh my gosh! We went from that game 2 debacle to game 3 mulligan, keep sketchy hand, barely get there with the planes on the last possible turn, draw a sideboard card that did not look as good as I thought it would. Oh my gosh. Yes! Oh, we did it. Oh my gosh. I mean, we're still in it. We can still win more, but oh my gosh, it feels so good. I've made so many draft 2 day 2s in a row. Like day 2 draft 2s in a row. Just feeling like I've gotten horribly unlucky in so many of them. And then we finally scrap out another nice cash. Regardless of what happens, I'm feeling good, but I am going to, you won't notice the difference, but I'm going to take a short break from the recording so I don't get complacent after my being so happy. I'm just going to be happy for a little bit before playing the next round, but yes! Oh my gosh, what a battle. What a battle. I'll see you folks next round. Welcome to another round. This is a mulligan. We don't have a black source. If we had a black source, it'd be a great hand, but unfortunately we have fewer black sources than white sources. Even though we have 9 black sources in the deck. We're on the draw, but we can't cast a single spell if we don't draw a black source. So we're gonna... Okay, we have 1 land, we have the mulligan. Keep this. Keep this guy. We're gonna ditch a Primordial Gnar and a Swamp. And then just hope that we can get a Queen's Bay Valid. We're gonna get ditch this Skullcap Snail. Just hope to rip lands. That seems like a terrible plan. What am I hoping to draw here to get out of this? I'll just put the snail up here. I'm just gonna do this. Oh, I'm rolling to 5. You never love to see that. Okay, he's playing Compass Gnome, so that helps. If I draw a couple of vampires in a row here, I could be in this. Oh, nice. They have soul. Not that I have any graveyard hate. And this is a real card on this board because of their 2-1. Okay, nice. So I got a 2-for-1, so that helps me get back in it, and I'm also on the draw, so that helps me as well. And I drew a vampire. Oh, it's perfect. Normally I would never make that trade in a million years, but I have this, and I need my guy to die. And I have a kill spell to kill whatever they play this turn. Yeah, that's pretty dang unfortunate. Am I literally going to lose to only this card? Like, oh, Deep Cavern Bat is so good against me. I now no longer have a removal spell. Unless they take Queen's Bay. Mephitic Draft is now officially my best draw. Or, I actually have Mephitic Draft, Hiving Blade. That's a great. How do you do? We can just draw a land there. Draw Proxy land. Basically tap land. Dang it. I would love to draw my card that looks for a plains. That's really good with pup and will gain me some life. Can't keep that, unfortunately. Even though it's so much better than a land. Okay, Carnosaur, sure. He draws the draft now. When it no longer matters. I guess I could have tried to play draft into this if I had time, but the game's over. Okay, that was a game where I mulliganed to 5, and they're playing 3 colors. Maybe I can get them with that. They've got Synapse Necromage, that guy. They have a lot of little dudes. I'm going back to the Malicious Eclipse. Going to the Ray of Ruin. Kind of what I've been doing. I don't really want the Fanatical Offering this game. It does seem like a slower matchup, though. So I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing. Cut that, and cut the Sunscribe. I don't love Tithing Blade against some of their cards, but I think I need it against others. I took a little break between those games, as I said, between those rounds. Just to give myself time to calm. Don't make any quick plays. I can keep this. This is good against their Tithing Blade. I am going to cycle this. Thin my deck, slightly looking for swamps. I would have loved to draw a swamp and just catch it in the gnome instantly. That might not even be good against Tithing Blade. They discard a card to get their Tithing. Okay. I'm going to stay mana efficient. I have a good block on that guy. I have plenty of removal now. Sure. Oh, this is going to be too slow, isn't it? They're going to play something else this turn. Oh, no, that's a creature. Duh. Nice. I've got a pretty commanding position on this game right now. Sure. Come on, Mischievous Pup. They only have 3 lands in play, too. Oh, baby. We're heading to game 3, folks. Almost assuredly. a $500 game. No sweat. So they don't have Tithing Blade, or they would have tapped differently. And actually, I'm going to sacrifice... Oh, yeah, this so that my guy stays as big as possible. Because I have now the 2/1/1s that I can sacrifice. And drawing through my deck is valuable here. Oh, I guess I would have had a 1/3. Maybe I should have gotten rid of something in my graveyard. But then this guy would have been smaller. Game 3! Oh, it all comes down to this. Their deck is not very good. They've got, like, a buried treasure in there. That's a pretty good sign that we can get them. But they have Polani's Hatcher, Revenant. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Polani's Hatcher's a nightmare. I wasn't even clocking that guy. Oh, no. I think we're in good shape, though. We've done all we can. If we do draw our Join the Dead, then we have to hope that it's good enough. I hope they mulligan to Oblivion this game like I did in game 1. Oh my gosh. I've mulliganed both games. Come on, deck. Yes! Oh, what a hand. It doesn't have everything I need, but it's got most of what I need. I would love to draw one of my value artifacts here. Value artifact would be perfect. Depending on how this game develops, I might just play this guy, but I'm probably going to try to save it for value. Please don't play Polani's Hatcher. 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 Starving Revenant. Okay. Not great. Not great at all. Still a good spot for Tithing Blade. Yep, just take 6, no big deal. Exiles his own grave. Okay. They don't have the mana for Polani's Hatcher now, though. So that's good. Oh, that's classic. You'll love to see that, how their exile spell completely hoses me. Big fan. Wow, it was a 2 for 2. It wasn't the end of the world, but it did completely obliterate me. They killed 2 of my guys and 1 of their own guys. Right? Where'd he go? Yeah, and 1 of their own guys and used a card. So it was a 2 for 2. When they're ahead on cards like this, it's not good for me to have that trade happen. It's kind of what I was hanging my hat on this game. Okay. We found their green source. Gosh darn it! I need to draw a kill spell for this thing so I can hit him for 8. Tithing Blade would be... Okay, no wrong. Play another small creature, buddy. Please. This game is coming up their way. Let's just put it that way. My gosh. Can't even sack it to get a counter. As long as they don't draw Polani's Hatcher, I actually still have a shot here. That's the card that I need to fade. Okay, Tithing Blade of their own. I don't know if that was good. I maybe should have just played the Dawn Runner. There the Hatcher is. Beautiful. Okay, this is my shot. I need to draw a kill spell right now. Did not get there. Gosh darn it. Oh my gosh. Can't just get lucky. Dang it. Well, this is where it ends, folks. They drew their Hatcher. I needed it to be in the bottom half, like bottom 10 cards of their deck. And then they drew their Carnosaur. Their malicious card won them the game very handily. Man, I did not have a good... dang it! Forces a game 3, and then they just have a pretty solid draw that I couldn't do much about. Then they even hit a 5-drop off this. Of course they did. And they both have haste. Yep, that's game. That is game. Dang, I don't think I could have done anything differently. I could have, like... I had no idea they had this card, for starters. It's an uncommon. I'm not going to play around it. And, like, if I had known, I could have, like, sacrificed one of my guys in response. And then this guy would have still would have brought it back. Gosh. The problem is my deck almost always lost when my opponent played stupid Starving Revenant. And it was so frustrating because my opponent played it every game. I lost... Okay, so I didn't lose. I lost 4 of the 5 games that my opponents played Starving Revenant, and I won, like, every other game. Okay, well... This is... We'll go to 1. Oh, man. 2-2. Not the worst with that deck, but it hurts that I lost in Game 3 all the time. Especially in this match where I mulliganed to 5 in Game 1, and it just wasn't a game at all. Gosh. And in Game 3 of Match 1, like, the 2 matches I lost, they played Starving Revenants in both games that I lost, which is just pretty unlucky because this is a rare. And it's just like a clean 3-for-1 against me because I wasn't able to pressure them much in those games. And then both, like, that first one I had mana issues, and this one I just got, like, the 2 for 2 on this card just, like, completely hosed me. I don't remember if I mulliganed this game or not, but I think I had a pretty solid keeper in this last game, so just didn't draw the right spells to line up with what they were doing, and they had some pretty good cards in their deck that I had to fade. And, well, not going to be sad about $500, but I wish I could have gotten one more win. And obviously, I wish I got 2 more wins, but as long as we're in Fairy Tale Land, what would I have preferred? But I think I drafted well, and I think I sideboarded pretty well, and then I think I played pretty well. And so those are all that I can ask for. But yeah, let's just take one last look at the deck. I mean, we had some powerful stuff in our deck. We had the Queensbay Paladin when that worked, and our stuff wasn't all exiled. We had the Souls of the Lost. We had some nice flyers, evasion draws with Glorifier of Suffering. Yeah. Just unfortunate that we couldn't get there. I think maybe taking out the Attentive Sunscribe. Not that I literally never drew this card, and I sided in cards for it every single game. Maybe I should have just main decked the second Ray of Ruin. Not that, as I said, I never drew this card. That's what I was siding it in for, but still. And then I think just like siding out a land in those more grindy matchups made sense. Just wasn't meant to be on that full run, but I mean, we won some crazy games, so I feel pretty good about my play overall. That's going to do it for this one. If you did make it all the way to the end of the video, in the comments section down below, leave hashtag for the Queen, because Queensbay Paladin was one of our coolest cards. And yeah, that's just kind of a fun little artwork slash, I don't know, it's a fun hashtag to leave. That is going to do it for this video, though. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, and comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. You can find day 1 of my Arena Open run for this one, and my first draft of day 2 for this one already posted on the channel if you want to find those. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.